You know what it feels like to be vindicated, to have an idea that you placed forward a long time ago that was a little bit sketchy, but it all just comes together and is proven right. You know, one of those real I told you so moments. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Hey guys, what's up? TBL here, and I'm feeling pretty darn good about Bungie's live stream yesterday. It's been confirmed. We have a return of the Prison of Elders being brought forward into year 2, and I'm not even going to lie to you, it looks kind of fun. There's so much to talk about, there's so much to do, and in today's video we're going to be diving into a couple of the facts. Of course, there's a lot of things were revealed yesterday, and we have even more stuff coming next week and the week after that before the update actually comes out. And I'll say, you know, Bungie did a pretty good job with this one. They didn't get hopes too high, and so I went in with a tempered expectation, and I came out pleasantly surprised. The new Prison of Elders definitely looks fun. And, you know, I'm happy that I was proven right. I thought we were going to be getting an updated Prison of Elders, and it looks like we are. No Vault of Glass or Crota's in thus far, at least not yet. And, you know, I guess I'd like to have those back. I'd also like to have some new content, which we are getting in this update. But I'm not too salty about the no Vault of Glass or Crota's in. After all, Bungie did come out and say that that wasn't going to be a thing. And new PoE looks pretty fun. So let's go down the list here, because there's a lot of things to cover. First up, we are getting a light level increase up to 335. 335 light is going to be the new max. It's taking us 15 points beyond the current 320, which is kind of funny because I assumed we would be hitting light level 330, and a lot of other people, especially the Planet Destiny guys, assumed we would be hitting light level 340. And Bungie met us right in the middle there at 335. Now, along with this new light level are a bunch of ways to reach it, which is great. In a game like this, you always want to have more than one road to endgame. I actually had a dual-com sort of commentary about the spring update yesterday with Planet Destiny's Holtzman, and it was really fun. You guys should go check that video out and hear his opinion on things. And in particular, we discussed some of these new ways to hit max level, one of which, of course, being through the new updated Prison of Elders. Now, we're going to be getting a few new modes with that. All of the Year 1 modes are still going to be there. You can still run level 28, 32, 34, 35. And fight Big Man Skolas at the end of 35, but you're also going to be getting level 41 and 42 versions of the PoE. The 41 version, I do believe, starts at a minimum required light of 260, so you mid-level Guardians who just hit 40 are definitely going to be able to jump into that. And that game mode, which is basically going to be considered kind of normal mode if PoE were a raid, is going to drop gear up to 320 light. So you Guardians who are stuck as forever 317s and forever 318s will finally be able to hit 320. And then for the level 42 mode, we have what's called the Challenge of the Elders. Now this is a very interesting mode. It's actually kind of like Trials of Osiris. You have a purchasable ticket that you'll be picking up from Variks and the Reef for about 100 Glamour. That ticket will have a high score marker and a weekly cumulative score that you'll be building up as you run through the level 42 challenge version of the Prison of Elders. It'll also have a little bit of a challenge at the bottom telling you what you need to do to earn extra points. On the stream, the challenge for the weekly run was just to get precision shots. Now, as you're running through the challenge mode, you'll be building up points by killing enemies, generating orbs, following objectives, and all that sort of thing. And completing challenges like getting precision kills will grant you more points towards your score. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to reach a run high score of about 30,000 and a weekly cumulative high score of 90,000. Your run high score will reset every time you play Prison of Elders, but your weekly will build up as you play and complete the challenge mode. Now, what does that score do? Upon reaching your run high score of 30k, you are guaranteed a weapon drop at the end of Prison of Elders. Guaranteed. And upon getting 90k for your weekly cumulative, you're guaranteed armor drops. And the armor and weapons that drop from the 42 challenge mode of the Prison of Elders can drop up to 335 light, the maximum light level. That's fantastic. Guaranteed drops is exactly what people wanted to hear about this. So, we've got a challenge mode with actual challenges and a brand new score system to reinvigorate Prison of Elders, and I think it looks pretty good. They're also changing the way the rounds work. It looks like there's only going to be 3 rounds from now on, and each one will have a boss. Also, speaking of the challenges, Bungie made a point of saying that they are going to be non-repeating for quite a while. We're going to have several months of unique challenges. I do believe they said they have 32 total challenges, of which we will be getting 2 a week. Now, if you do the math there, that means we're going to have non-repeating PoE challenges for about 4 months. That's 4 months of unique content, which is a pretty sneaky and brilliant idea on Bungie's part. Now, additionally, Prison of Elders will now have checkpoints, so if you go a couple of rounds and figure, hey, maybe it's time for a lunch break, you can do that and come back and be right where you left off. Thank goodness for that one. And of course, we are still in the Reef picking up the Queen's treasure, so there will still be treasure chests, but they no longer require treasure keys. So for those of you who are like me and used up all your treasure keys, no worries, the 41 and 42 versions will still drop gear for you, no key required. Now, the only other thing I can think of about PoE is the fact that we got a little hint towards something called a sterling treasure. Although Deej was very quick to point out it's something we'll be learning more about next week. Some people are speculating it might have something to do with a brand new Glamour system, which was brought up and confirmed in a Game Informer interview that went live after the stream concluded. During the stream itself, Cosmo got a new sniper rifle to drop, her Fury. It's in the same archetype impact-wise as the 1,000-yard stare, and it had a couple of new nodes on it. In particular, a node titled Red Chroma Glow. Now, we're not too sure what exactly that is yet, but it is very heavily speculated to be the Glamour system, maybe even for weapon skins or something like that. Whatever it is, we're probably going to be learning about it next week, and I can't wait. But alright, moving on here, we've of course got some new story stuff, a new story mission as well as some new quests, all of which are going to be centered around rebuilding the Reef, and Variks is going to be our brand new quest giver. That's right, old Tito's been busy tracking the Taken presence on the moon and capturing some of them and placing them in the Prison of Elders. Lore-wise, don't ask me how he managed that. We're going to be getting one totally new strike in the Blighted Chalice where we're taking down Malok, and a new Taken version of the Winter's Run strike where we take down the Archon priest. That's going to be changed up a little bit, and we're going to be fighting a Taken variant of Mr. Axor. No word yet on whether or not older strikes are going to be brought back, but it is worth noting that in the small trailer they showed before the stream went live, we did see our Guardians in what looks to be the same arena that Fogoth is fought in. Now, whether that's part of the Malok mission or strike or not, who knows? I would at least hope that some of those older strikes are going to be making their way back into the Heroic Strike playlist. Alright, other than that, we're getting another PlayStation exclusive mission that's going to offer some PlayStation exclusive items. And how could I forget, Prison of Elders is going to have its very own bounty system now to help you build up even more points while you're taking on the inmates. So that's great. And really the last thing I can think of is the fact that Bungie also came out and stated that King's Fall and the Court of Oryx will be getting upgrades of their own. King's Fall normal mode will now drop gear up to 320 light, and the hard mode will drop gear up to 330. But we're not stopping there. The Court of Oryx will now be able to drop artifacts at 335 light. That's right, max level artifacts from antiquated runes in the Court of Oryx, which is fantastic. Artifacts are generally one of the things that hold people back from reaching max level, and it's nice to see Bungie basically address that with this. So, there you go, you're going to have multiple ways to get at least up to 335, whether it be via Prison of Elders, Trials of Osiris, Iron Banner, or just running King's Fall. When you want to have an engaging endgame, you need to have multiple paths to the maximum level, and I'm glad Bungie took that to heart, and I can't wait to see what else they've got. Now, the only other thing hype-wise that I wanted to mention was just a little bit of something that was going on during the stream. As a lot of people noticed, Cosmo, who they focused most on, was using a very specific weapon, Zauli's Bane from the King's Fall raid. Very famously not a great hand cannon. But strangely enough, he was firing at the maximum fire rate and landing every shot on enemies, making it seem like hand cannon accuracy has been given quite the buff, maybe even putting it back on year 1 levels. I don't know if that's true or not. It's something Holtzman and I discussed a little bit, and we're both really excited and hoping that it does mean an accuracy buff for hand cannons, because good lord do they need it right now. The upcoming PvE and Crucible Sandbox changes will be discussed in a live stream 2 weeks from now, so Maybe we'll find out. Who knows, maybe auto rifles and hand cannons are going to get the buff they deserve. I really do hope so. But that's pretty much it for the Bungie stream, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, I would definitely recommend going and watching the VOD on Bungie's Twitch channel. I don't know if they have it up on their YouTube yet. And definitely checking out our analysis over at Planet Destiny. There's so much in there, and I think Bungie did a pretty darn good job this time around. So, that's the news, and those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours in the comment section below. Are you hyped to see Prison of Elders? Are you surprised by it? Well, maybe you don't want to see it. Whatever your thoughts, let me know. And there will be a link to everything I talked about today in the description box below. Go check it out. But alright, it's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.